Hello, you have accidentally marched into the view from the crow's nest. I'm Robert Crowe, and whenever I get around to it, I investigate some old topics. Our program today is Colosseum. It sits on a street corner in downtown Rome. The Colosseum was built to provide entertainment in ancient Rome, with the idea of keeping the masses occupied. If the citizens were happy, there would be less chance of an uprising. The Colosseum construction was begun in 71 A.D. The games were inaugurated in 80 A.D. with a 100-day festival. During this celebration, 2,000 men and 9,000 animals were killed, one death every 5 minutes. The building itself is in 3 tiers and seated about 50,000 people. The floor of the arena was wooden and covered with sand. Beneath the wooden floor was a labyrinth of tunnels and passageways. Cages and cells held the animals, men, and women that were to participate. There were 80 vertical elevators that delivered animals and combatants to the floor of the arena. The combatants never knew what might pop up. Many of the shows also had extensive scenery displays. There were other tunnels that provided access to the Colosseum. The emperor and the Vestal Virgins had private access, so they would not have to mingle with the commoners. Stables and cages were located nearby, and so the delivery of animals could be conveniently provided. Access was also availed by underground passageways to area gladiator schools. Now, the gladiators were not always captive criminals or those who angered the emperor. Most of them were professional fighters who had managers, sponsors, and a fan club. The top combatants were accorded cult status. In addition to the human fights, there were animal hunts staged among elaborate scenery. There were wild beasts from throughout the world turned loose on the arena floor to kill or be killed. The ability of the hunter varied from professional to unprepared beginner. Crocodiles, bears, leopards, lions, tigers were common, but occasionally there were exotic choices such as hippos and rhinos. The encounter was not always one-on-one competition, but sometimes involved a large number of combatants. It is reported that the Emperor Trajan used 20,000 animals and gladiators in a 4-month period. Games began in the morning with warm-up acts, usually animal fights. About noon, the criminals were forced to fight each other or fight animals. Later, there were women fights, handicapped people, and other shows staged for comedy. In late afternoon, gladiator contests were the culmination of the festivities. Before being protected by the state and the church, a great amount of stone was taken from the Colosseum to construct area buildings. The purpose notwithstanding, the 2,000-year-old structure is testament to the quality of workmanship and materials. Well, that's our program for today. Check back often and see if we have the courage to try this again on another random topic. I'm Robert Crowe with The View from the Crow's Nest.